4-month-old child constantly being tortured by the U.S. government. United Nations in the United States of America. Those who have a perpetual hatred to Jacob, to Israel, Esau, Edom, the tabernacle of Edom, Psalms 83, the enemies of Yah and his people. Constantly is torturing a 4-month-old baby, and then wants to invite a person to take and indulge in homosexual and adultery, homosexuality and adultery. Some cowards that would hide behind microchips and frequencies, making it seem and then deny that these things are possible and it's actualities. And it's actual. Set up psychiatrists within their system, psychologists, various counselors and these things to make it seem like individuals are crazy, that they don't know what they're saying, because it's all within a part of their government to discredit an individual that come out with the truth and express that their devices that will cause them to hear voices in their head, within their body parts, and frequencies being used to torture individuals. These things are stated not only in the scripture, but it is a reality of their own, people that have done research and come out with the truth about these things. Scripturally, there's something that is something that is documented, prophesied, and I've spoken about in the scripture. Psalms 94. Would a throne of destruction, which device trouble by law, be joined with you? Alright, so there is multiple This is what they do to try to convince a person to join up with democracy, which is a system of robbery, going to other people's land, stealing their resources, and pretending like they have the authority, and then everybody else is a dictator, when they're the biggest dictator that there is. Shall a throne, this is same Psalms 94, shall a throne of iniquity have fellowship with you, which frameth mischief by law? As it stated here in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, let us oppress the poor righteous man, let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hair of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing word. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doing. He upbraideth us, reprove us with our offending the law of Yah, because they offend the laws of Yah by doing the evils they do. And when people speak up against that, this is what they in turn wants to do to people by torturing them. He upbraided us with offending the law and objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education. He professes that he have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Most High. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other man's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeiters. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. And let us see if his word be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of Yah, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. For if the just man be the son of Yah, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemy. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. As for the mysteries of Yah, they knew them not, neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for a blameless soul. For the Most High created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that be and do hold of his side do find it. So here what it says, for if the just man be the son of Yah, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let's see who the enemies of Yah is. Keep not you silent, O Yah, hold not your peace, be not still, O Yah, for lo, your enemies make a tumult, and they that hate you have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted against your hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederates against you, the tabernacle of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Agarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. So we see it where the enemies of Yah, of course, the main one is Edom, which is the twin brother of Yisrael. So the evidence is here. So this here is a document I got off of the internet. Rins.com, microchip, mind control, implants, and cybernetics. Actual 1974 congressional testimony of Jose Delgado. So you can look up that on YouTube. There's a video with Jose Delgado putting doing an experiment with electronics into a bolt head and causing that bolt to stop as it's charging against him electronically by radio control. So here there is within this document, it says by Rani Lena Luukkonen Kildi, MD, former Chief Medical Officer of Finland. The first brain implant were surgically inserted in 1874 in the state of Ohio, USA, and also in Stockholm, Sweden. Brain electrodes were inserted into the skulls of babies in 1946 without the knowledge of their parents. In the 50s and 60s, electrical implants were inserted into the brains of animals and humans, and especially in the US during the research into behavior modification and brain and body functioning. Mid control MC method were used in attempt to mind control MC methods were used in a attempt to change humans' behavior and attitude. Influencing brain functions became an important goal of the military and intelligence service. So these are things that they've been doing, experimenting on people for a very long time through the vaccines, and without the knowledge of people. 30 years ago, brain implants showed up in x-rays the size of 1 centimeter. Subsequent implants shrunk to the size of a grain of rice. They were made of silicone, later still of gallium arsenide. Today they are small enough to be inserted into the neck and back, and also intravenously into different parts of the body during surgical operation or without the consent of the subject. It is now almost impossible to detect or remove them. It is technically possible for every newborn to be injected with a microchip, which could then function to identify the person for the rest of his or her life. Right? So all of them information is there for people to see the reality of these things. So we got scripture where I say, which is stating that some individuals would have wants to torture people. It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. So all of these things, reality, some thugs out there that call themselves government in the United Nations and the US. Esau, of course, him have a perpetual hatred towards Jacob, Israel. And that is what they go about doing, because they go around the world just like they came to America, stole the land from the indigenous people here, kill and murder. They go to Africa, they do the same. They go to different parts of the world and do those things over and over again. And then steal, as far as it states here in 12 of 83 of Psalms, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yah in possession. All right, let's see what the different interpretation is saying about that same. Who said, let us take possession of the pastures of Elohim for ourselves. So this is the reality of the individuals in this earth that are supposed to be governors and rulers. That is what they do. They're taking the pastures of Yah, stealing the land and the resources, things like colonialism, colonization and such things, to murder people and take away their land and resources and then use them as slaves. Let's see what Songs of Solomon say about that one. It says here, uh, Songs of Solomon, Shir Ha Shirim. Shirim. I am black but lovely. O daughters of Jerusalem, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Sholomo, do not look upon me because I am dark, because the great light, which they have in their interpretation as sun, has stand me. Because the great light has stand me, my mother's sons were displeased with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyard. My own vineyard have I not kept. Right? So I'm gonna get the interpretation of that in the next, in the King James version. I am black but comely, meaning beautiful. O you daughters of are lovely. O you daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, because the great light had looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyard, but my own vineyard have I not kept. So that vineyard is a liken to slavery as well, right? Servitude.